bad news for Canada immigration, guys. It looks like Canada is shutting its doors on immigrants in every single aspect. I'm actually going to be covering in several videos. Today is one of them. So, temporary workers, they just announced it, the immigration minister in his speech, that they're going to be setting a cap on temporary workers in Canada. Guys, this is a terrible news for anyone who is an international student on a post-graduation work permit, anyone who is coming here on LMIA, anyone who is actually just on a work permit in Canada in general, asylum seekers and everyone else who is not permanent resident yet, wants to become a permanent resident in the future and wants to actually stay in Canada. So guys, it's a big news. It's really bad. I'm really disappointed. Honestly, I started this channel to help people with immigration. I came here as an international student myself. It was like, guys, I've been making videos for past 6 years on this channel saying that how beautiful Canada is and how amazing it is to immigrate to Canada. And well, right now the government policies of the federal government is changing. Provincial government is changing, and some of you will be like, hey, it's a good news. A lot of YouTubers and immigration consultants, they are portraying it as a good news. You know why? Because, well, they still are in business of immigration, because immigration is not shut down completely yet, and their licenses are useful for something, to make money off you, for example. Guys, I never made money on immigration and never planning to make money on immigration. I'm not an immigration consultant. I'm just going to cover this with you guys on this news, on what is happening right now. Let's look at first, guys, how many people are going to be impacted by this change. And it is 2.5 million people, guys, are actually, out of the entire Canada population, are on this temporary worker, on a work permit, basically, guys. So if you look at it, it's about 54% of people are, according to Statistics Canada for 2021, I have to mention that 54% of people are actually on the work permit, and 22% of that people who are on work permit are international students on post-graduation work permit, and only 15% are like asylum seekers and refugees are the ones who are getting impacted by this. So guys, what they are trying to do is, currently they're saying it's 6.2% of all people in Canada, Canadians, are on, out of the entire population in Canada, is actually on this status. Okay guys, and they want to lower it down to 5%. Guys, so why is this happening, guys? Why are they slamming immigration? I'll cover it in a moment, but I just want to bring up this news that it's crazy, guys. I would never say on my videos that Canada is actually, not promoting immigration for the first time in history, but actually slamming immigration and going after temporary workers, setting a cap, making it more difficult. They are actually planning to make it more difficult to obtain LMIA. And that might be the only way for a lot of people in Canada to get their immigration done. Now, immigration consultants themselves are, they're saying, well, they're happy about it, especially the ones in Canada, because might be higher chances of having less competition and get their clients who are in Canada already, getting their paperwork approved or permanent residence and making money on that. So that might be like a good news for anyone who is already in Canada on a status, but it's terrible news for anyone else who is planning to come to Canada, guys. So there are 800,000 international students in Canada, and I'll cover it in the next video. They're actually slamming international students as well and setting another cap. I'll talk about it in more detail in the next video, guys. It's not only one segment the government of Canada is targeting right now. They're going after all immigration. I'm talking federal and provincial immigration. They are cutting it down, and unfortunately most of it is for mainly political reasons. Why is this happening? Well, standard of living in Canada has been going down. I'll tell you guys exactly what they're doing, but let me tell you why they're doing it. Standard of living in Canada has been going down, and of course it's easiest to blame immigrants for that. And I'm also an immigrant myself. Now I'm already Canadian citizen, but I came here through the means that everyone else who is watching this channel who are, you know, I was a temporary worker as well. After I graduated, I was an international student, then I was on post-graduation work permit. I had to go through entire difficult process and fear, you know, afraid while studying, afraid that Canada immigration is going to change before I graduate. You know, that provincial legislation for immigration is going to change before I get my work permit. You know, it's a risk. You know, you're afraid. You're coming to Canada, and by the time you graduate, things can change, and it's terrifying. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people are, you know, going through the same thing right now, listening to this video. Share this video with your friends, guys, and I'll tell you why it's happening. So, standard of living is number one. It's been on decline, and next reason is, guys, is the housing market. So they're blaming international students to create more demand for rent. Okay, I don't know how much it's going to lower down the rent if there is 1%, potentially 1% less tenants in entire Canada. I don't think it's going to impact that much, but the government of Canada, political excuse, and plus elections are coming soon, is, well, we are doing something for the affordability of the house. How do I know about housing, guys? I'm a realtor with experience here in Calgary, Alberta, and I help a lot of people who move to Calgary purchase homes here myself. My wife, she's originally from Mumbai. She's a mortgage broker. She helps people get mortgages in Ontario, Alberta, and now she's also assisting people in other provinces. Her contacts will be also in the description of this video. Sponsored by us, guys, this video. But anyways, it's bad. So, housing market is terrible. It's going up. Right now, the average house, a benchmark, is more than $720,000 in Calgary. Guys, housing went up by almost $100,000 a year. You know how much $100,000 a year? It is like $2,000 a month, a week. I don't know anyone who can just, you know, no, I know some people who can save up. They're really wealthy people, but I don't know anyone from middle class Canadians who can just save up $2,000 a month to be even able to catch up to the inflation that's happening to the housing market. So the housing market is high. Who to blame? International students and foreign workers, temporary workers. Of course, standard of living is down. Who to blame? Not the government. No. Foreign workers, international students, less jobs. Who to blame? Foreign workers, international students. Guys, it's a purely political mindset, unfortunately, and I cannot believe that the government of Canada is restricting and setting caps on foreign workers. Now, some people would argue it's going to create more jobs. Well, I don't know if it's going to create more jobs because there will be less money from those people who are spending. Maybe it would impact in some tiny percentage somehow, but I can't believe I'm saying that, guys. They're slamming immigration right now in Canada. It's completely different Canada than it was when I came here. And I came here in 2012, like end of 2012 as an international student. And it's been getting more difficult, like it was already difficult back then. People were saying, no way you're going to get your PR card. But it's getting more and more difficult for everyone. Guys, in British Columbia, international students are protesting right now because of the legislation change for provincial program. I'll make a separate video for that. Guys, I'll publish it in one of the videos next on this channel. They're capping international students as well. They're capping foreign workers. I'll make a bunch of videos for you guys to cover everything. And don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, I forgot to say, what's up, guys? And welcome back to this YouTube channel. See you next video. Bye for now.